The next series of applications we want to show are loading. So we're going to highlight loading and press enter to bring down our drop-down menu. And first we'll start with our product samples. You highlight samples and the drawer will open. And you'll see in the upper left-hand corner that any patient loading will appear in the patient ID field, along with the position that the tube is located, and under test selection, any tests that are requested for that specific patient or sample. Also, when loading, you are given the option to select either a microtube or a normal sample. And this is displayed at the bottom of the screen, and by hitting F8, you can change or toggle between normal tube, normal or standard tube, and a micro tube. And as you hit F8, it will toggle between the normal and the micro tube. Also, the patient sample can be changed to indicate whether or not it's a normal sample or whether it's a STA. And you do that by pressing the F12 key. A STA will appear in yellow. A routine test will appear in blue. Also, in the bottom left-hand corner, any pre-recorded profiles, these would be the tests that are user-defined that were most often run in your laboratory, can be selected to enhance the loading process. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can select to add or delete any tests for a specific patient, simply by highlighting the test and entering or deleting it. By hitting escape, you can bring up the options to change and modify your profiles, or to change and modify any prefix to help identify your patient sample, and whether you're in auto mode or manual mode. Once you've completed your sample loading, press escape, quit, your drawer will load, and your test status screen will appear indicating the tests that are to be performed and whether or not any additional products need to be loaded in order to facilitate the tests. Next, we'll discuss loading of reagents into the compact. We're going to select loading from our main menu, select products, press enter. This will cause the product drawer to open. Any products currently loaded into the system will appear along with their product ID, their name, the volume of the vial loaded, the length of stability for the new reagent, the lot number of the reagent, and the position that the reagent resides. To the right will display the expiration date and time for the product loaded. These will vary depending on the nature of the product. Any product that would appear in red would be beyond their stability date and time. If a product appears in yellow, that product will be within 1 hour of its expiration, and if you have any tests pending, that would be the time to run it. You can also decant any remaining reagent into a microvial and load it onto the system. In order for the instrument to calculate that volume, you need to select F8 to indicate that you are loading a microvial. And in the bottom right hand corner, you can see that by pressing F8, the normal volume and microvolume indicator will display. Once the drawer is closed, the instrument will again go to the test status screen for the products. It will indicate whether or not you're missing any reagents for any tests that are loaded, and also give you the status of any reagents that are required in order to facilitate the test. Next, we're going to show you how to load cuvettes onto the compact. So again, from the main menu, we're going to select loading and highlight our cuvettes, and the instrument will prompt what needs to occur in order to successfully load your cuvette or change your cuvette roll. So just follow the prompts and make sure that you don't skip any steps in order to correctly load and the cuvettes onto the compact. So first step is we're going to remove the empty roll. Once we've completed that, we're going to hit our space bar to confirm. Now we're going to place the new roll of cuvettes onto the instrument. Once we've done that, we're going to press F10 to confirm. The instrument is now going to test to make sure it can successfully load the cuvette from the new roll. Once that test is successful, it'll prompt us to say, hey, did you in fact put a new roll of cuvettes on there, or whether or not it was a partial roll. The instrument will use up every cuvette on a roll to allow you to maximize the cost benefits for the cuvettes. Once you've entered the correct number, or the default is 1000, press enter to save. The next, it's going to ensure that it's starting with a clean cuvette bin. So you need to remove and change and replace any cuvettes, place a new cuvette bag, waste bag, into the cuvette bin, and then press F10 to confirm. Replace the cuvette bin, and again press F10 to verify the action is complete, and the new cuvette roll will now be displayed within your test panel screen. Next, we're going to go through the loading application for the replacement of our wash solution. So with the loading highlighted, we're going to page down to the wash solution and press enter. And again, we're going to follow the pictographs to complete the loading of the new wash solution onto the instrument. First thing you're going to need to do is to remove the waste bottle. We want to make sure that as we dispose of the waste solution, we're following all local and hospital requirements for the decontamination and disposal of the waste material. Once you've taken the waste solution out of the instrument, you want to take the old empty wash solution vial, mark it as waste, and place it into the waste side of the instrument. Once you've completed that, press F10 to continue. We're going to take, once you've taken that empty wash vial, marked it on the outside as waste, and placed it into the waste side, press F10 to continue. Now take a new bottle of wash solution, place it into the instrument, and press F10 to confirm. Once you've placed the new vial on the instrument, the default value of 2,500 milliliters will be displayed. As long as you're putting in a new vial, just hit enter to accept that value. The instrument will then prime the wash solution. And then the new vial value for the wash solution will be displayed on your test status screen.